Alright folks, how you doing? Russell, TrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box, Mind, Body, Spirit, Fitness. Put in the healing back in health. When you're at the website, sign up for the free newsletter. Click that free gifts button. Got 2 downloads there for you. One on setting goals, one on fitness nutrition. I don't know if I said it or not. Don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there, True Results 303. No E in that, true. All right? Coming at you today with a video on how America is destroying the church. You can say it's the Catholic Church, Christian church in general, Baptist, Protestant, whatever it is, how they have slowly deteriorated and are destroying the church. And I heard this on a talk, and I can't remember what I was listening to. And I thought it was very interesting because they said back before we had welfare and all these other, I guess handouts, if you want to call them handouts. I know it's people in times of struggle sometimes. Some people are abusing them. But, just when there are times when people needed help, that's what the church was for. The church had food banks. The church had programs to help families get back on their feet, to help single mothers, to clothe the poor, and to help the poor, right? We've got to understand that. That was the role of the church long ago, many, many moons ago, right? That was the role of the church, to help those in need. My parish, we have a food bank, and we just did a big clothing drive, and we took it down to the shelter and things like that. But unfortunately, nowadays, with welfare and all these other things, people aren't going to the church for help. And if they're not going to the church for help, we can't even, or we are not even capable of promoting, that beautiful message of God and Jesus and the sacrifice and the forgiveness. You know what I mean? So I think it is, in my opinion, it's a way that, they have silently been able to suppress us, the church. And then unfortunately, we're not doing anything to become more relevant. We're starting to a little bit, and we're making small changes, but we let them get away with it so long, I think, that unfortunately now we are struggling. And I'm not going to lie, I am Catholic, but there are times where I wonder if they are doing right with the money that we are contributing every week. I'm not going to lie, I have my own thoughts and issues with that as well. But I think we've got to do something, whether it be we as the Christian community start our own foundations that we know are legit and are truly going to help people, versus now a lot of these Red Cross and things like that, they're actually taking more of the money than they are giving the money. So I think it's, in some way, shape, or form, we have to step up and do something about it. What can we do to promote and to help the less fortunate? Because that's what it's truly about. I had this concept a while back, and I think I might have already made a video about it, but I'll put it in this one right now since I have you here listening, and I hope you're enjoying this. But one thing as well is we've got to understand, right now it's, Democrats want to raise taxes. If you're here in the States, like I am. Democrats want to raise taxes. Republicans want to cut taxes. And we're going to use this money for free education, health care, and blah, 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 blah. We're going to lower taxes, so this and that, right? And unfortunately, I think just we as Christians, and the United States is a Christian nation, and I've heard it said best from like an Iraqi person. I was once again listening to something, and they said it doesn't matter how we view ourselves. It doesn't matter how many of you out there want to say America is not a Christian nation, these atheists and these agnostics and whatever the case may be. The world sees us as a Christian nation, plain and simple. It doesn't matter how we see ourselves. Iraq, Iran, the Middle East, Asia, South America, they all see us as a Christian nation. So it doesn't matter what lie we want to tell ourselves. The world sees us as a Christian nation. And unfortunately, we are a Christian nation that is not standing up to our Christian values. And that's a majority of the reason, in my opinion, why the Middle East hates us. They don't hate us because we worship Jesus and God and Christianity and the way we do it. They hate it that we are hypocrites. But that's because we as Americans don't see ourselves as a Christian nation, but the rest of the world does, because they know our history. And unfortunately, we are ignorant of our own history. But, and I got off on a big tangent there. Where was I going with it? It was America. I wanted to say that. I think that was it. Just they see us as a Christian nation. Oh, the taxes. That's what it was. I have a feeling that the taxes are important, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Are you, a lot of Catholic priests and some of, these other non-denominationals they say we still need to do the 10% tithe. I listened to Father Larry Richards. He is a Catholic priest in Pittsburgh, Erie, Pennsylvania, I think, to be exact. And what he always says is, you tithe 10% no matter what. I don't care if you give it to my church, but you give it in some way, shape, or form to help the poor, to help the less fortunate. You don't have to give it to the church. You can give 5% to the church, do 5% out here to everyone else. Okay, but in some way, shape, or form, we need to be helping. And we as Christians ourselves, I'm guilty of it myself, we have become greedy and stingy, and we're not playing our part. So, in that train of thought, I can see why, the government says, we need to step in, we need to tax and things like that. But once again, I've said they have suppressed the church, maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly, I don't know. But we ourselves need to step up and start doing something. Okay? So once again, let's do something. Let's step it up. Let's make Christianity relevant again. I think here in the States, starting to evangelize, at least from a Catholic point of view, with Catholic Answers, Tim Staples, Scott Hahn, John Martinoni, who else? I mean, there's a bunch of them out there. These apologists that are spreading the word, and it's great. They're some of the people that I listen to and follow. But once again, it's more than just teaching about Jesus. It's doing as he did, right? He said, my apostles, my followers will do greater things than I have done. And the truth is, have we done greater things than Jesus has done? Because he said it in the Bible. So we need to start doing it. Okay? So once again, I hope this helps. Join the community, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, True Results 303, no E. Check out the podcast as well. All major podcast players. Subscribe to this channel. Share and like these videos.